So price range is between 350 to 990, without compromising on the quality.
How did you started? Where did the inspiration come from?
I think it was a combination of a few things. I mean, number one was I was looking at, I had gotten a little bit of experience in the F&B space, and I was trying to, see how I can build a model that I could, develop, grow, and scale. I had all the time in the world, to dedicate towards building, a new brand. And when I looked at the coffee space, I think it was immediately a space that I said I wanted to be involved in. We spoke briefly about the Kenangan story, right? And I realized, that there was a very strong wave or sentiment, when it came to consumers wanting to support something local, right? So I looked at this space and I said to myself, it's a very, very saturated space, right? It's a space that's growing. The market is growing exponentially year on year. But, how do I create a product that is better, that's cheaper, and that's more accessible? Right? So I think Kopi Ku came about and has been built on 3 pillars, right? Which is affordability. And I said to myself, if I don't compromise the quality of our products, but I can price our beverages, we've got about 25, 30 beverages on the menu. And if we can price everything between 5 ringgit to 990 for all the caffeinated drinks, we've introduced coolers now, and we've brought that price down to like 350, right? So our price range is between 350 to 990, without compromising on the quality, right? And when you talk about a coffee beverage and you talk about the ingredients and the quality, there are 3 main components to it, right? So you've got your coffee beans. We source our beans from South America. Milk is another, big ingredient or component of a coffee beverage. We work with the biggest brands, Farm Fresh. We work with Oatside, so we're not compromising on the milk.
Wow.
And then, for your flavored coffees, you've got your, sugar syrups, right? So we're working with the most reputable, players in the space, building a business where we have got a product of the highest quality, but we are priced at a price point where, it's affordable to all Malaysians. I think that was the sort of basic business model that we looked at, right? So affordability, accessibility, and I know we didn't want to lose that aspirational side of things. We're living in a world where, consumers are generating content, right? They become your ambassadors, they become your spokesperson. Everyone has got access to social media, right? So, something that we can't control. Right. So, keeping an aspirational brand, that is accessible and affordable was, I think, the foundations of having Kopi Ku developed and built.